So today I'd like to talk about this Ilian's Bluetooth speaker. So it's a pretty cool looking speaker. It looks a little bit like an old-fashioned radio. And something that I'm really surprised about is that it's pretty cheap, but at least you get a decent packaging. So even some information about the overall functionality, but also you have like a black and white color. And it even was sealed with this like fabrication seal. And on the inside you have like cables and so on. But I don't want to talk too long about the box because it's a box. So the speaker, I'm actually pretty surprised about how it looks. It's pretty decent build. This button does the volume, as you can now hear. If it's on max volume, you hear a beeping sound. So it doesn't really have like a synchronization with your Bluetooth audio. So this means that this button can go all around and it doesn't really matter about the volume. It also has like Bluetooth synced volume, so you can use only your phone for the volume. So this one is then a little bit maybe not usable sometimes. And especially if you put it on high volume, it will bleep. So yeah, you have like skip buttons. So you can like skip a track or go to the other track and back. But yeah, it has some play and pause functionality, but then you have to push this button. And you can hold this button to power it on, power off. So it is pretty usable. On the rear you have USB Type-C, you even have a USB port. I'm not sure why, because the speaker has a pretty small battery, so I'm not sure how usable it is. Yeah, it's mostly maybe meant for USB sticks, but also like the SD card slot. I'm not sure why some Bluetooth speakers have this, because I do think that a Bluetooth speaker is meant for Bluetooth or auxiliary maybe. But yeah, those two ports, I do think it only is taking space from the battery or anything else which is not needed. So overall the audio performance I would say is decent. It's not the best in this price range, but it's decent for how it looks. And this metal grille is pretty cool, and behind the metal grille the driver is actually pretty good unit. It's pretty similar to like the JBL Go 3 and even a little bit of the Clip 4 like driver, and you definitely hear some quality out of it. It also reminds me a little bit of the Tone Smart Trip sound, but then a little bit fuller. And this maybe also has to do with the passive radiator on the rear, which is small, but it does give you a little bit of a fuller sound in this small body. And this leather strap, I'm still surprised they do this, is pretty cool, pretty strong, and yeah, for so small speaker, it's really a decent sound. So without further ado, here's some audio samples so you guys can see how it performs. Again, it's not a special speaker or anything great, but the sound is just, I would say, decent, and especially for how big it is and the overall design, which is pretty cool, retro look. Yeah, it's pretty a cool speaker, and at least it has pretty decent Bluetooth connection. That's how I do, and that's how it goes. You are the enemy, you are ghost, taking them down. I'm like down, putting the work and I'm doing the most. They ask you who the man, I'm pulling right up and I'm doing like Superman. Hey, back with the vengeance, I'm back with the vibe and I'm true man. Hey, pull it right down like a Superman, pull it right down like a Superman. Pull it right down like a Superman. They ask you who the man, I'm pulling right up and I'm doing like Superman. Hey, back with the vengeance, I'm back with the vibe and I'm true man. Hey, pull it right down like a Superman. Pull it right down like a Superman. Pull it right down like a Superman.
Windows down, they got that real good feel. Take another breath. Love is real. Open your eyes and see clear. Yeah.
Poolside, chilling in the summertime. Cool breeze, blowing and I'm feeling fine. Blue sky, feel the sun saying let it shine. Good vibes, now we living in the better times. Better times. Better times. Better times. Good vibes, now we living in the better times. Better times. Better times. Better times. Good vibes, now we living in the better times. Better times.
So good to believe if we don't have me. Love, sweet love, we set the captives free. Love, sweet love, we'll help them to
not be on the top of his form, but he can still make himself useful.
So as mentioned before, the audio samples, this speaker performs pretty well. And you can carry it around. It's really small. Like for example, I've here the Tribit. Pretty big unit. If you put this in a bag, it's really pretty small speaker. And as mentioned before, the audio is then not really that bad. It can go pretty loud and it's pretty clear audio, which is pretty important. Like bass, yeah, it would be great to have bass in the speaker, but for this kind of size, it's just a matter of at least giving you a clear audio. See you guys around.